Scotland, but it's also a land that is home to 433 named islands. And one thing that I found interesting, out of these 433 islands, about 70 of them are uninhabited. I didn't think there was a lot of that in Northern Europe. And out of all these islands and its
Olá a todos, sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo nesse canal. Nós somos cidadãos do terceiro mundo e nesse canal nós estamos aprendendo e reagindo sobre coisas do primeiro mundo. Nesse vídeo nós vamos reagir a 10 fatos surpreendentes sobre a Dinamarca.
Portanto, considere se inscrever em nosso canal, ativar a notificação, clicar no gostei e deixar mais sugestões nos comentários. E agora, vamos para a reação.
Uau!
The world is huge, and it has many different cultures and people within it. And we here on FTD Facts have had the pleasure to talk about and learn about so many countries, from India to Canada to Sweden. And within learning about those places, we found so many great stories and accomplishments for those nations and its people. But today on FTD Facts, we are jumping a little bit further into the world and talking about a fascinating country. A country that may not be big in size, but its heart is easily measurable to the rest of the world. And that is the country of Denmark. Yo guys, what's going on? Dave Walpa here and welcome to FTD Facts, the channel where we talk about different cultures and people from all around the world, and today we are looking at the great country known as Denmark, which is a Nordic country. Now before I get in this video guys, I want to let you guys know about Grammarly.com. They're one of our sponsors. If you guys aren't good at English and grammar just like myself, feel free to check that out at the end of this video because you've got to learn about Denmark right now. So let's get into talking about Denmark guys, because it's a really cool, fascinating country, one that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. As a matter of fact, when I was a kid I used to always think that Denmark was like a restaurant, but then I found out it was a country and I was like, oh god, maybe I should never tell the Danish that. So the first thing we got to start talking about is its population, and it's a pretty big country for its size, being home to approximately 5,748,769 people. At least that's estimated for 2017. To this estimate, it is listed as the 112th largest country due to population, and all these people are spread across a unique landscape that is approximately 42,931 square kilometers, which means for every square kilometer you go, you'll see approximately 133.4 people. I really hope you don't see 0.4 people, because that would just be disgusting. They'd be cut into like almost half. Now keep in mind, a good portion of Denmark's size of land can't be accurately calculated. And this is due to the fact that because it's in an archipelago, there's so many times that tides come in and wash away islands. And this is because although it is a beautiful place, it is quite flat. It has an average elevation of 34 meters above sea level, which sets Denmark at 4th when it comes to countries with the lowest average elevation. Other countries like Maldives, Qatar, and the Netherlands are ahead of it. So you might be wondering, are there a lot of mountains in Denmark? Well, unfortunately not. The highest point is Mullahoy, sitting at 170.85 meters. Now, its height was disputed for quite a long time until they set the record straight in 2005. And the area itself is marked with a millstone, which is the remains of an old mill that used to once sit there until about 1917. And although Denmark is a really cool and interesting country, what is unique about it besides the fact that it's flat and it's got really cool culture? Well, let's talk about its economy, because currently it sits at the 37th largest export economy in the entire world. They export a total of $85.8 billion a year. Now, when it comes to imports, it ranks at 34th, having a pretty balanced import-export ratio. And its imports equal $85.2 billion, which is just shy its exports. And out of all these exports, 10% are packaged medicaments, which 28% of those medicaments go to the United States. They also export these to Germany and Sweden, and some of the imports, at 4.6%, are cars, and 3.5% being refined petroleum. However, if we're going to talk about Denmark and its import-exports, one that we should mention is pigs. They got a lot of them. As a matter of fact, pig meat...
Uau, agora eu consigo entender por que a Dinamarca é um país tão rico. Porque realmente eles são muito importantes e é um país que exporta muito, né? Então isso acaba gerando muita riqueza para eles.
Sim, eles obtêm um retorno através das exportações, e é muito interessante a gente perceber que há um reflexo nisso em relação à cidade. Porque todas as imagens que a gente visualiza nesse vídeo, a gente consegue perceber que tudo é muito bem preservado.
É muito
inclusive,
organizado, né?
as ruas são muito limpas.
Sim,
Incrível!
é incrível.
Equals 3%, with also human and animal blood coming in at 2.8%. I never knew that countries really exported blood. That's kind of a new thing for me. And the reason this is mentioned is because in Denmark, there are more pigs than there are people. As a matter of fact, they have an estimated 24 to 28 million pigs, which is much more than their like 5 million people. The reason for all these pigs is because Denmark is the leading exporter of pork in the entire world, and the country is home to about 5,000 pig farms, which maybe in the United States there's more, but as for exporting, they are the ones that actually are the highest. And as for the manure produced from these pigs, they say they could fill up to 90,000 swimming pools of it each year. I don't know if that's Olympic-sized swimming pools, but either way, that's something that I just wouldn't want to go swimming in. Now, one thing that's most important about Denmark is its monarchy. It is considered the oldest continuous monarchy in Europe. It began in 935 with Gorm the Old being considered the real first king of Denmark. However, some historians are like, no, that's not actually true. It's probably actually his son, who's named Son Harvard Bluetooth, who pretty much won all of Denmark, bringing them all together. And although there are many different family names that have changed throughout history within the royal monarchy, we should probably mention Margaret I, or as the Danish pronounce it, Margaret I, who was the first female monarch for the country. Now, she was the founder of the Kalmar Union, and her reign was from 1387 to 1412. Now, one thing that was really interesting about her is she had a really interesting policy within the government. And that was that the government would give 500 marks to any woman that was violated or abused during the wars with Denmark and Sweden. And let's not confuse her with Margaret II, who is, you know, part of the monarchy now. Now, earlier when I talked about it being archipelago, Denmark is a country that is not only on a peninsula called Jutland, but it's also a land that is home to 433 named islands. And one thing that I found interesting, out of these 433 islands, about 70 of them are uninhabited. I didn't think there was a lot of that in Northern Europe. And out of all these islands and its peninsula known as Jutland, they have about 13 heritage sites.
Uau!
Uau! Eu realmente não imaginava que a Dinamarca tivesse tantas ilhas.
Sim, eu também não sabia que lá era uma monarquia. E eu acho muito interessante porque eu já vi muitas pessoas criticando monarquia, né? Dizendo que são pessoas que têm muito dinheiro, né? Que vivem uma vida de luxo, enquanto o restante da população passa fome, está na miséria. Mas não é o caso desse país, porque a gente vê, né, pelas imagens, que é um país que é muito... tem muita igualdade. Não há muita desigualdade.
Pelas imagens, pelo que a gente pode ver, a gente pode fazer algum tipo de conclusão somente pelo que a gente vê nas imagens. E o que a gente vê nas imagens é exatamente isso. Não há uma diferença social, porque todos os lugares são muito bem cuidados, né? E, por exemplo, no nosso país, aqui no Brasil, a gente consegue ver uma clara diferenciação de classes, porque tem lugares...
Às vezes é um lugar do lado do outro. E aqui nesse vídeo a gente não consegue identificar essa diferença. A gente viu várias moradias, vários lugares, e eram todos iguais, né?
Sim, porque aqui no país a gente tem de um lado o rico e do outro lado o pobre. E aqui não, realmente aqui é tudo por igual.
Now, 8 of them are considered UNESCO or UNESCO zones, and one we should mention is the Jelling Mounds Runic Stones and Church. This was the first UNESCO zone in Denmark, being inscribed in 1994. It is located in the Jelling municipality, and although it might seem like they're just two stones, they were erected by Grom the Old for his wife Thera. And many people think of this site as being the beginning of Denmark as a nation. And one thing to add, although these rocks are outside currently, the UNESCO officials came in and surveyed the area and discovered that these rocks were being damaged because of erosion, so they're going to put them in an indoor facility. So there you have it, guys. That is us talking about the great nation of Denmark. If you guys know any facts that we missed, or we perhaps maybe got some of these wrong, let us know down there in the comments below, because we always like to follow up on our videos, and we like to do part 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, because you can't summarize the greatness of a country in just one simple video. But my name is Dave Wapple, guys, and as usual here on FTD Facts, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out our other videos because you'd be surprised about the cool things that other countries have to offer. But this is Denmark, a country that does have a lot to offer. A great nation with amazing history that has been important to the formation of Europe. A place where the people and culture work hard to be proud of themselves. This is the country, people, and culture of Denmark. Home to many, but a stranger no longer to us.
Incrível.
Sim, gostei muito de conhecer da Dinamarca. Realmente gostei muito de saber um pouco da história desse país, mas a gente precisa ser sinceros de que isso é muito pouco do que a gente pode conhecer mais desse país.
Sim, é verdade. Eu acho que a Dinamarca é um país que tem muito a oferecer, mas realmente é um lugar muito bonito e é uma coisa muito legal de ver, que é um país que é muito rico, né? É muito rico em termos de natureza, tem uma natureza muito rica, tem uma arquitetura muito bonita e aqui a gente também vê muitas arquiteturas antigas, né? Isso é muito legal. Mas também essa questão da igualdade, porque o nosso país também é um país que tem a natureza muito rica e bonita, mas essa questão da desigualdade aqui realmente é muito presente e é uma coisa que é muito triste. E a gente fica feliz de saber que tem um lugar que é possível colocar, né, essa questão da igualdade em prática.
Sim, e a gente consegue perceber a diferença de um país rico para um país como o nosso de terceiro mundo. Porque algo que a gente aprende olhando os países de primeiro mundo é que realmente não há essa questão de desigualdade social tão forte como a gente tem aqui.
Sim.
Bom, mas essa é a reação desse vídeo. Se você quiser mais reações como essa, deixe mais sugestões nos comentários e a gente vai adorar aprender e reagir mais sobre a Dinamarca. Considere se inscrever no nosso canal, clicar no gostei e ativar a notificação.
Muito obrigada por assistir esse vídeo. Nos vemos na próxima reação.
Tchau!